What's going on, guys? We're here wiring Crawfish up. Everything's getting upgraded. The whole wiring harness, that it had before, it just got taken out. Got a new harness, EGTs, brand new switch panel, a new relay panel as well. Got one of them carbon fiber K&R ones. They work real well. I've used them a lot and mainly almost every race car that I do. But like I said, everything got redone. It was working. It's just hard to pinpoint anything if you ever had an issue. So there was just a lot of wires that were unnecessary. So I ended up taking all that crap out. Instead of everything being just bundled up, it's there. It flows pretty good. It's only what it needs. It's what it has. And like I said, also added a couple other things. The harness was kind of beat up, so put a brand new harness in it. All the Pro 600 stuff's already been there. That's working pretty good. Moved the panel to give it a little bit better access. Adding extra solid state relay because it does have an internal and external dump. I had access to only one of them. The other dump was unplugged, so now it's going to have both dumps. Just all the light stuff and everything just kind of getting rewired, just make it easier. Out in the front, all the wiring is already there. I'm still waiting for the intake, though. The intake hasn't gotten here. It's over at Niser's. He's doing some fuel rails on it. We're also upgrading injectors. We had a set of 550s, and we're going with a set of 850s. So definitely it's going to need more fuel. Also, it's a screw-in type injector, so it's on the bottom side, and it's still going to have a traditional O-ring on the top where the rail goes. But the battery still stays same location. The switch panel got kicked to one side, make it easier for some stuff. But like I said, everything's brand new. The throttle is gonna come out, and got to make a mechanical linkage on it. We're gonna get away from the electric throttle. That's what it had before. I think it's just better, put a mechanical one in it. Anyway, so that's gonna be addressed. Also, all the EGT stuff, it's right there. If you ever need to take the headers off, you can just unplug all 4 EGTs on one side. The header will come off. The wires are gonna come out right there, and it's gonna have a plug for it. So it'll make it real easy. The air to water stuff got taken out because they didn't need it no more. This intake doesn't have air to water, so it doesn't need that. So that's a little bit of weight that was carrying, so we took that off. Just kind of giving you a little bit of a rundown of what's going on with this thing. Turbos probably should be in here maybe, I think the end of the week. Once I get the turbos in, it's just a matter of fabricating a couple things on it. But once the new turbos come in, I can go ahead and get the hot side done, and fabricate a little bit on the cold side as well, because it definitely changed. And wiring's already there. Once I put the intake on, I'll plug up all the sensors that it needs, and should be good to go. Once the turbos get here, the wiring will be done. Maybe in about 2 weeks, this thing will be up and running back again. So maybe middle of this month. I'm hoping middle of this month, of June. Maybe some shakedowns on the dyno. I don't know. But I'm getting ahead on the wiring just to have all that there. Also, this thing, we had an issue at the previous race. 50-cent part that broke and timing retarded because of the pulley was, of course, not where it needed to be. But got it fixed already, so that's good. And remember, Mona Lisa, the giveaway is still live. Fluxperformance.com gets you all the merch that you need. We do have shirts on the website. And decals, we got some bundles going on. you know, for all different types of entries that you like to get in there. We've got anywhere from 5 entries all the way up to 100 entries, so it just depends on what you get. This is the injectors that we got for this thing. So we got some handy or screw-in type in the bottom. They still got O-ring on the top, so definitely Atomizer has some cool stuff. Like I said, hopefully in about 2 weeks, I am really hoping to have this thing up and running. And then of course we'll probably once I get a couple things dialed in on it, then Beto and his crew will be out. We'll be making some shakedowns, you know. So also we bought a new ride. It's got a 9-inch, got all suspension, front and back, K-member, coilovers, mini tubbed, roll cage. It's got a 370 cubic inch, the 88 millimeter Circle D converter. It's a pretty good car. So that'll be, I'm gonna be taking that thing out a couple of times and start playing with it. Got Holly computer on it already. I just gotta go put it on the dyno, make sure everything's good. Probably change the fuel. I think it's on 114, so I'm gonna change it to E85, pump E85. And I think right now it's only on 15 pounds of boost, so stay tuned, check it out. Click, subscribe, Flux Performance. Broke the keyway on the crank, which caused the pulley to start spinning, and of course retarded the timing real bad. And guess what? This one did the exact same thing, and of course it just, you know, sucked everything up. And well, the keyway is not where it's supposed to be. There's no more keyway, and I guess, you know, it just started to spin the pulley around, which causes the timing to retard, and of course you got no power. So nothing's wrong with the crank, nothing's wrong with anything else, except that the keyway broke, and of course it doesn't know where the timing is set at anymore, because of course it uses a crank trigger, so it goes, you know, off the crank. Of course, whenever it retards, well, it's just gonna be off time, and it's just gonna do a bunch of dumb shit and not accelerate, and basically you got no power. So I put a wrench on it once we came back to the pit, spun the pulley over, and of course the pulley spun and the motor didn't spin. So of course I already knew that there was an issue there. and I just hadn't had time because I was busy with some other stuff. But right now, I just took it apart, and you can see I'll show you in a bit. Where for some reason I don't know if you can see, oh, there it is. Well, there's the keyway, and the keyway moved back instead of being here where it normally goes. Well, for some reason it slid all the way back, and I guess it broke a piece or something. I can't really tell. You can tell, you can see that basically the keyway's not really where it should be anymore. Seems like it's missing half of the keyway. This right here. So of course it doesn't have anything to hold it together. And a 50-cent part probably, which is this, cost us the money on the final. But, well, that's racing. Can't blame nobody. I mean, this car here sits for a very long time, most of the time. And, well, shit happens. So, of course, we're gonna correct it. Put a new keyway. Probably put a new pulley on. And it'll be back to normal, you know, like no issue whatsoever. So definitely we're gonna get a new keyway. Slap it on, get it all back together, and put it back on time. Check the crank trigger, and it should be back to normal again. I mean, hell, like I said, this car gets very, very little maintenance. I mean, other than checking rockers, lashing valves, putting new spark plugs on it, and changing the oil. As far as everything else, this motor's been in the car 3 years, maybe going on 4 years. It's been a really, really good motor. You know, crossing my fingers, but it's been very, very solid. It's a nicer built racing engine. We got it built a couple years ago because the previous one had some bad lifters and stuff, so we changed all that, put new rods in it, put new pistons in it, put everything back again, and it's been running for maybe 4 years now. And I mean, every pass that this thing makes, it has power. It's not like we run it with very minimal power. I mean, it has not all the power that it can make, but it's got enough boost that makes enough power. So, like I said, this just happens, you know, over time or whatever. Nobody's fault. Maybe mine only, you know, because I mean, I should have checked this, and I knew, because I've already had this happen before on another truck, and I was just talking about it maybe like a week before this actually happened. I was talking about it to JR, and I'm like, man, you know what? I remember this time, blah blah blah. You know, the keyway broke and it spun the pulley, and you know, this and that. Well, we go to this race here in H&B, and sure enough, the same exact thing happened. So, I mean, we're gonna correct it, get it fixed. Nothing wrong with it. Like I said, the motor's solid. You know, this car doesn't run a whole lot. It sits for a couple months, and then we go race it. But when we do race it, we race hard. You know, we race it hard. We run it hard. You know, we don't take it lightly. So, but I mean, that's what happens. Just wanted to show you a little bit of what a 50-cent keyway could do. I mean, it'll ruin your whole goddamn weekend. But it is what it is. We're gonna get it fixed, and we're gonna get it ready for I think like 2 weeks. We're gonna go run all steel, all glass back again, and XRP. I think in Big Jake's race. This little part right there. Yep. 50-cent part. But anyway, just wanted to show you what went on. I'm pretty sure some of you guys were wondering what the hell. I mean, we made real good passes. I mean, we made solid hit. But in the final, we just couldn't make it. You know, we were a sitting duck. But hey, it happens, you know. So, all right, just wanted to show you what went on that day. Well, there it is. Got it all back together. Let's see. Fire it up.